Welcome to lesson 6. In this lesson, we are going to be covering how to set up a trading session. So everything that you need to have on your screens and everything that you need to be doing before you're taking trades in order to prepare yourself on the organizational side for a trading session. All right, so now we need to talk about how to set up a trading session and actually be able to facilitate trades, make watch lists, be organized, and actually implement what we're learning onto a chart. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to create a watch list and have a watch list position somewhere on our charts. So I have mine over all the way on this side. Over here, it's kind of out of frame, but I'll turn my camera a little bit. We can see the watch list is right over there. So we have our watch list outside of our charts. We have our charts set up. Then over here on this laptop right here, and I'm going to move my thing again, I have my chart of the overall market set up over here. That's usually for day trading more so, but in this case of cryptocurrency, I would say Bitcoin is sort of the overall encompassing trajectory of the market. So I would recommend having Bitcoin over on the side, showing you the overall perspective and trajectory of the market for that day. We also want to go over here, and obviously I'm recording a video right now, but you want to go over here and have some sort of news information set up over here. So I like to use CoinDesk over here. CoinDesk is going to give you news. So if you just click on latest news over here on CoinDesk, you can actually have news up over here. And I know my computer's in the way a little bit, but this is for when I'm shooting videos. But you can be reading about overall news to do with cryptocurrency. You can be seeing top gainers. You can watch Ethereum price over here and Bitcoin price over here. So this kind of gives you the overall perspective of what cryptocurrencies are doing. Then what I like to do is I like to open up my trading journal on the side, so as soon as I take a trade, I can also input it over here immediately and be able to analyze my performance. And I know most of you are probably going to be using TradingView, so you'll have the position size calculator already integrated into the broker. But in case you don't, I always have a position size calculator I actually use for stock trading over here that can show you, based on where your stop loss and your profit target is, how many shares you need to take. So I'll go over how to use that when we get to the tools section of this. But essentially, when you're setting up to trade cryptocurrency, this is what I like to have. I like to have the overall perspective right here. I have my watch list of all of the things I'm watching that I've already drawn drawings on that I'm watching for prospects and trades. I have my charts right here. I have my log right here, so I can keep in perspective, okay, these are the trades I've took. This is the way things are looking. These are my tendencies, how to make sure that I'm staying on top of it. I have my position size calculator over here if I need it, along with my news on CoinDesk, staying up to date. If there's any breaking news headlines, I can watch Bitcoin prices, Ethereum, and then any other ones that you need to look at over there. Over here, you can have maybe some news going, or you can have, maybe that's just the way that you can surf the web. But this is the way I like to lay everything out and create a process for me to be able to take trades. So if I'm going to basically be finishing up my day trading session before I start crypto trading, what I do is I get over, I open my charts, I update any sort of trade prospects that I have. So if I'm basically looking at a trade that I have set up, if I need to move things around or reposition stop losses, or something barely gets to a level and turns around and I need to erase it, take it off the watch list, make those adjustments first. And then basically you're going to be sitting there waiting for things to happen. What you can do, and this is something that I do all the time, is I just take horizontal line tools right here and I click one right here. So for example, let's say we're waiting for the price to come up and hit this top trend line over here. We can right click on here on this horizontal trend line, and we can hit add alert to horizontal trend line. That way, if you hit add alert, you can send alerts right to you, so you don't have to sit there and watch it all for the whole entire session. So you can set things up, set alerts, and just kind of tweak your positions as you go. So you kind of have to nurture it and stay with it. But as far as taking trades and things, that's how you want to set everything up. This is how I would recommend you to set up a proper trading session. You want to have your overall perspective, watch list, chart, organizational tools, looking at your trades, news over here, and then searching the web over here. Maybe even have your Discord pulled up over here with the community chat in there. But this is how I like to set up my sessions, keep everything organized, and stay in control of my command center. Because when you're trading, this is your command center right here. So just to kind of cover all of the things we just talked about, we want to create a watch list anytime. We have the most active time to trade is at 11, which is typically why I'm sitting there right after my trading session watching to see if my trades are going to hit. I have my drawings already set up on my watch list. I set alerts near the zones of where my trades could start happening. I have trade parameters set up there before the alert with position boxes already set up. Constantly be updating those. When alert is received, adjust the box to exactly where you'll be entering, take the trades, and then do the same process of organizing and logging as we talked about with the trade. So yeah, that's how you basically set up for a crypto session. All right, welcome to lesson 7. In this module, it's going to be basically us breaking down how to actually place trades on exchanges, how to deposit fiat currency into exchanges so that you can actually trade cryptocurrency, how to organize your trading, and how to manage all of your crypto funds on multiple exchanges, because sometimes it's ridiculous when you're trading on 4 or 5 different exchanges to try to quantify what your average positions are and profit you're actually making and what you're actually holding. So in this module, we're going to be going over all of those management features along with how to actually implement and do limit orders, market orders, place stop losses, talk about shorting with different exchanges, and sort of run you through how to use all of the exchanges that we use. This is going to give you an understanding of how to do basic actions in exchanges so you're not lost when you go into maybe a different exchange. So obviously from exchange to exchange, it's going to be slightly different, but this is going to allow you to understand how to place trades, how to organize your cryptocurrency trading, and how to actually place trades. So unfortunately, because cryptocurrency is so sort of at the beginning stage right now, we have to use multiple exchanges to be able to have access to all the coins that we're trying to trade and invest in. Okay, so these are the 4 major cryptocurrency exchanges that we use here at Inevitrade for specific reasons. So I'm going to sort of go over the specific reasons why we use each one, what each one is good for, and then I'm going to actually go into each one and sort of go through and show how to deposit funds and how to place trades on the exchanges itself. So the first exchange that we're going to talk about is Coinbase Pro. I'm sure you've probably heard of Coinbase before, but Coinbase Pro is extremely good for depositing large amounts of money directly into your bank to have instant access to. Okay, the only drawdown about Coinbase Pro is you can't short on this exchange. Actually, the only exchange you can short on right now that I trade with is Kraken, but basically Coinbase is sort of restrictive in selection. You don't really have a great selection of a lot of altcoins, but you have a lot of the major legitimate cryptocurrencies. You can deposit a large amount of money into those instant deposits, and the fees are very, very competitive. So if you're looking to deposit money into a cryptocurrency account, you're not going to get smoked on fees depositing into Coinbase Pro. Kucoin is extremely good for altcoins. Okay, we can find basically any coin that we're trying to trade on Kucoin. The selection is huge. Only drawdown about Kucoin is you have to transfer non-fiat currency into Kucoin. You can't transfer real money into Kucoin. You have to literally go through another exchange, get either a stable coin or some sort of other crypto asset, and then transfer into Kucoin. But Kucoin allows for margin trading, and there's a ton of coin selection in Kucoin. And the security features are really good. It's slightly on the slower side on user interfaces, but I'm sure that will improve over time. Kraken is not really the best exchange, but it does allow you to be able to do conditional orders, which is basically allowing you to set up your stop loss and an entry before you even get into the trade. And it also allows you to short on margin. And then Binance.us has probably the largest selection, that and Kucoin. The only issue is I have issues depositing fiat currency into Binance, and the user interface sucks. They don't really show you P&L values very well. But Binance does have a pretty decently large selection on altcoins. So between all of these 4, we have sort of a pretty solid base for exchanges that basically allow us to get done what we need to get done. All right, so once you're logged into Kucoin, basically if you want to deposit any sort of non-fiat cryptocurrency in here, you're going to go over to click this deposit right here. And the way they actually lay out the accounts is pretty cool. You have a trading account, you have your margin account, and then you have your main account. Basically, this is where you can just store money. And then if you want to move money from your stored account into your trading account, all you have to do is hit transfer, and you'll have the ability to transfer funds from one account to the other. You can, like I said before, you can only deposit non-fiat into Kucoin. You can't deposit cash into Kucoin. So if you want to do USDT, which is a stable coin off of US dollar, you could transfer that right into Kucoin and then trade pairs against USDT. So right here, if you click deposit, you can select, USDT, all the major ones right here. You can select all of these and it will show you sort of like what you hold and what you want to deposit. So if you want to trade, you can go up to the trading tab right here and hit spot trading. And this is going to bring you to your main trading account where you can start to place trades. Like I said, Kucoin has a really good selection. So whichever pair that you want to trade, you can click up here. And then you can type in, whichever pair you want. So like if you want to trade, Bitcoin against USDT, you can click right here. Once you click up here, you have to put in your trading password, which I really like, so no one can just come in here and get your login credentials and be able to place trades. Only you who knows that, password to yourself will be able to do that. So once you're in this trading panel, you have, once again, same thing as Coinbase. You have your limit order right here. You have a market option and then a stop limit right here. So if you want to limit in at this price, you basically just, hit however much you have available, however much you want to trade, and then you can submit orders right here. If you transfer in, let's say you transfer Bitcoin in and you want to get USDT to trade other pairs, all you're going to do is basically go to Bitcoin USDT and you're going to hit, 100%. It's going to show you how much Bitcoin you have and then you're going to hit sell, and that's going to allow you to get USDT to then use basically as a US dollar representation to trade other cryptocurrencies. But this is sort of how you fund your money in Kucoin and how you place trades over here. All right, so when you open up Coinbase Pro on the desktop, they actually have a really good mobile app too that you can sort of take a look at. It's really convenient. It's similar to Robinhood, but it's like not shitty. It's just very simplistic and straight to the point. But basically over right here, the first thing that I want to cover is basically how to deposit either fiat or cryptocurrency into your account. Right here, basically this is one of the accounts that I use to sort of just transfer money into crypto wallets. So right now I'm currently holding some of my Cardano position in here, but basically if you want to deposit any sort of money or cryptocurrency, you're going to hit deposit over here, and then you're going to have a selection right here to basically pick which cryptocurrency you want to deposit. So if you have, US dollar that you want to deposit, you'll basically click this. It's going to prompt you to link your bank account, and that's how you do that. If you want to deposit any sort of non-fiat money, so like one of your cryptocurrencies, you can literally click, let's say you want to deposit Bitcoin in here, you can click crypto address. You only send to Bitcoin, they send you that disclaimer. You can either use, the QR code right here, or you can use the wallet address. So basically you'll, copy that over, and then you'll go into the other crypto exchange that you're holding your cryptocurrency in, and you'll paste that into the withdrawal section, and you'll be able to transfer cryptocurrency from one exchange to the other. So that's sort of how you deposit money into your account. So once you have the money into your account, basically the only crappy part about Coinbase Pro is it requires you to hold your capital in Coinbase for, basically 5 days before you can transfer it into another account. So if you deposit, $5,000 into Coinbase and you want to transfer it to Kucoin, you're going to have to wait 5 days in order to be able to transfer to a different address. So if you're ready to trade, you can hit this trading button here, and this is going to bring you to your dashboard. Over here is where you can select which pair you're trying to trade. So if you want to trade Ethereum against the US dollar, you'll obviously need to have US dollar in your account to be able to trade against Ethereum. And then basically what you would do if you want to buy Ethereum, you have an option. So you can do a market order right here, which like we discussed earlier, you can just get right into the market from that. But if you want to get in at a specific price, you're going to hit limit order. You're going to be able to calculate how much Ethereum you want to buy. So if you want to buy 1 Ethereum or 1,000 Ethereum, you want to buy 1 Ethereum, you can set that value in there. And then this is going to allow you to set a limit price. So if we wanted to buy Ethereum at 2,300, we put that in here, we hit place buy order, and that's going to set an order to basically buy Ethereum at that price. Same thing if you want to sell, you can basically click sell and do the same process on your positions. I don't really use the charting over here, but you can take a quick look at it to sort of time your entries better. Like if we wanted to get long at 2,300, we could sort of look at that and say, okay, this is going to come down to fill our limit order. Right here is sort of where you can see the order flow come in and out. But this is how you use Coinbase Pro and actually deposit money in here and place trades on Coinbase. All All right, so once you log into Kraken, you'll have an option menu up here. And if you want to deposit cryptocurrency into here, you can hit funding and then go down to whichever cryptocurrency or whatever coin you want to deposit. Let's say you want to deposit US dollar, you'd hit deposit right here. And then this will ask you for your method, and you can put your bank information right there. Let's say you want to deposit Tether or any sort of other non-fiat currency. You're going to hit deposit right here, and then you're going to hit Tether USD ERC20 right here, and then you're going to be able to use this as your deposit code right here. Hit select, that's going to copy it, and then you're going to be able to use that as an address to transfer cryptocurrency into this exchange. So once you have money in your Kraken account, you're going to hit this button right here, and this is going to take you to the Kraken terminal. This is where you're going to be placing all of your trades. So once you're inside here and you want to place an order, you can either go over to buy or sell. So if you wanted to short Ethereum USD, you'd go over to hit sell. If you wanted to buy it, you'd hit buy. But if you want to hit buy, you can use your different amount of leverage right here, depending on if you want to short or not. Certain pairs, they don't allow you to short. But basically, you just go over here, you type in your quantity right here, your price level right here. And another cool part about Kraken that not a lot of exchanges have is you actually have conditional orders. So if you wanted to set a stop loss and not have to just monitor the movement of the cryptocurrency, you could actually go in to here, and then you can set a stop loss right here. You could type in the value of your stop loss right here, and then when you get into the position, you'll be able to set your stop loss depending on what side of the trade that you're on. All right, so once you're into Binance.us, if you want to deposit cryptocurrency, you're going to go to your wallet right here and hit deposit. And that's going to take you over to an area where you can basically either, you can select whichever, currency you want to deposit. If you want to deposit Bitcoin, you're going to click that. You have the QR code access, and then you also have the address to copy to transfer into your account. So it's pretty easy to deposit. Once you have your cryptocurrency in here, you're going to, if you want to trade, you're going to go to the trade tab and hit markets. This is going to give you the availability of your assets that you can trade with. So if, let's say you wanted to trade Dogecoin, you can click Dogecoin and you can go over here, and this is going to pull up your trading panel right here. And then over here is going to be your order box right here. So if you wanted to buy Dogecoin, if you wanted to buy 500 Dogecoin at a price of 20 cents, you'd put your order in like that. And then you'd hit buy Doge. You can look at your maximum amount right here and use this as well. You can change from a market order to a limit or vice versa. And they actually have, I believe this looks like trading view tools, but it might be slightly different. But this is Binance is a very user friendly once you get to know how it actually works. And it's a very, very good exchange. It came a long way. And this is basically how you operate and put money into Binance and take trades on Binance. All right, in this section of the module, I want to go over leverage trading. We get a ton of questions talking about leverage, getting questions about the risk applications or the benefits or really how to just do it. So I want to explain some fundamental concepts about leverage so that you understand how it's an awesome tool used properly, but how it can be extremely risky and damaging if you don't know how to use it properly. Hopefully by the end of this, you'll have a better grasp on how exactly to handle it with respect and understand how to use it to your advantage. So basically leverage allows you to use less upfront capital, and the exchange is willing to put the money up for you. So basically you can trade larger positions, but you don't have to use your own money to do it. So the benefits of using leverage: we can trade more with less money. Okay, we can also trade more expensive vehicles without needing the total money required to facilitate the trade. So for example, if I wanted to buy one Bitcoin, or let's say I was trading Bitcoin, and in order to have my position size be what I wanted to risk, the total position size would be like half a Bitcoin. That means I need like $15,000 to $20,000 worth of equity to facilitate that trade. So if I only have a couple $1,000s, that's not going to be possible unless we're using some sort of margin or some sort of leverage trade. So that's sort of the reason why we use margin. It just allows us or leverage, it allows us to take more positions and have larger positions with less upfront capital. Okay, so here's an example of using no margin, and then here's an example of us using margin to show why it's a useful tool and how we're supposed to use it properly. So here, first example, no margin, the account size $500 USD. In order to take this SKL USDT trade, the stop loss from the entry, or the distance between the entry and the stop loss, is 6 cents. So in order to take $100 risk, meaning that if it hits our stop loss, we lose $100 on this trade, we would need to have 1,400 units or coins of this cryptocurrency, which would cost us $840. Obviously, because we have a $500 account, we can't facilitate this trade and risk $100 because we don't have enough money in the account to even make it happen. So if we get a margin account and we have 5-to-1 margin, that means now we have $2,500 to work with, but still we can only lose $500, which is our initial amount we've put in. So now if we take the same amount of trade, or the same trade, we're still getting 1,400 shares or units of SKL, but it's only costing us $168. So now we can take even 2-3 more trades and have these trades be way bigger and take more trades, but only have to put up a little bit of money up front. So basically, you deposit $500. If you have 5-to-1 leverage, your exchange is going to give you $2,500 to trade with. Common misunderstanding though, if you use leverage, it is more risky. As long as you're not changing anything about your trading and you're not investing with leverage, it's not going to be any more risk than just doing the same thing that you've always been doing. It's just going to allow you to get into more positions as long as you're keeping the risk a % off of the cash you actually have on hand in the account, or you have a fixed dollar amount risk per trade. Leverage is not going to change anything. However, I want to go over liquidation price, because this is something you're probably going to run in when you're using margin, especially on Kucoin. They show you the liquidation price. I'm going to explain exactly how that works right now, just so you have a concept understanding, and so sort of why you understand why to not invest with margin. If you're using a slight amount of leverage on your investing, that's totally fine, but just be ready to get liquidated and lose your entire position if it goes to that point. So I'm going to explain it right now. So imagine right here, this is a Bitcoin USD chart. We have no margin in this account. Let's say we buy one coin right here at $5,000 per coin, right? If Bitcoin were to go to zero all the way to the bottom, which is this red portion right here, we're risking $5,000 because we have one coin in cash. It's our money. We have $5,000. If it goes to zero, that's our money to lose. Okay, so we can risk basically the entire amount, and that's going to be our risk. If we're doing this with margin though, let's say we buy 5 coins with margin. So we have 5-to-1 leverage on that, meaning we have $25,000 in the account. We buy 5 Bitcoin at $5,000, which would be $25,000. Since we only put in $5,000 of our own money, our liquidation price is going to be now at $4,000, because if we lose $1,000 times the 5 coins we have, the exchange is only going to allow us to go to the point where we're losing the money we put in, and as soon as that balance goes to a certain threshold or zero, they're going to cut the trade. So that's going to be your liquidation price. If you do hit past that threshold, it's called a margin call. Some exchanges will have 20%, 30% of your account. As soon as it hits that threshold, they'll margin call you. You have to read the details on that, but you shouldn't be getting anywhere close to getting margin called. If you're doing that, you're doing something wrong. So you have to be extremely careful, and just understand that this is why you don't invest with margin. If you were to use, 1 to 1.5 margin, so your liquidation price on Bitcoin would be like $500 in this case, then, if you're willing to take that risk, you can invest and get a little bit more size and have a little bit more upside potential without exposing yourself to actually hitting your liquidation. But if your liquidation price is within a realistic level that the prices could hit, not only will you get out and lose your entire money, but even when it turns around and continues going back up, you're not even going to be in the trade. So that's where the risk sort of comes in, and that's where it's not all the time a good idea to be using margin to invest. Obviously, a little bit helps here and there, but you have to know how to use it first. You have to master it first and be comfortable understanding the concepts of it. But as far as trading is concerned, that's how you basically want to use leverage. Take a look at the liquidation price and make sure that you're not doing anything stupid or making fat finger mistakes by just typing stuff in wrong. But you should basically never be, risking more just because you have margin or leverage to work with. So like I said, don't invest with margin. Always base off of dollar amount risk per trade of the cash you actually have in a balance on the account, regardless of your leverage. If you have $500 and you want to risk, or a $500 account and you want to risk $25 per trade, even if you had 1,000,000 to 1 leverage, that doesn't mean that should change. It doesn't mean that all of a sudden that you're going to risk, $300 per trade, because your account cash value is still only $500. Basically, that's how I sort of tried to explain leverage. I think I did a pretty decent job at that. So obviously, if you have questions about it, ask in the Discord community and we'll be happy to help you. But I think that should probably help out understanding it for those of you that maybe weren't so clear about how leverage works. It's sort of hard to get a straight answer online about leverage, so this was my little presentation. But anyways, that is how you use leverage and understand margin. All right, guys, welcome to this module. I wanted to make a quick video explaining how to place trades using leverage with a stop loss and a profit target already set up all at once so that you're not exposed to the market when you're not watching the market. So first thing that you're going to want to do is download and use Kucoin. Okay, that's in the resources section of the course. If you use the affiliate through our community, you're going to save on commissions, and it's also going to help us out. So I would appreciate and recommend using the affiliate links in the course. Once you do that and you have a Kucoin account, you're going to go to Kucoin, and then you're going to highlight over this derivatives button right here, and you're going to go to Futures Pro. This is going to allow you to use leverage and place the necessary parameters to take the trades that we take here in the Never Trade community. First thing that you want to do right off the bat, and this is something that took a lot of people a lot of time to figure out, I want to make sure that doesn't happen again, is this button up here. You're going to click on it, and you're going to go over to a feature preferences, and you're just going to enable all of these. This is going to allow you for advanced positions, take profits, stop orders, etc. Once you have that, you're going to be able to open up this box and check both of these options. So let's say, for example, you use your position size calculator that's in the resources of the course. There's a few of them. There's one in the trade tracker that you can use, or you can use this one. So let's say, for example, on this trade, we were looking to enter at 153 with a target at 145.3 on a short, and then a stop loss at 155.20, and we want to risk, let's say, $50 on the trade. Hit enter. This is going to auto calculate all your position data. So your entry quantity needs to be 23 units. Risk reward is 3.5. Total risk is -$50. And then profit target is 175. If you ever need a refresh on the instructions, they're going to be right there. So once you have this information, you can literally go over here and say, okay, the price I need to get in at is 153. The amount is 23. And then the take profit is going to be 145.3. And then your stop loss is going to be 155.2. And then all you're going to do is submit that order. Now you have all of the parameters. They're going to pop up on the screen as different levels. Now you have your stop loss, your entry, or you have your entered the trade, you have your stop loss and your profit target. So you're never exposed. You don't really have to watch the position except for when to reduce risk, in which case you can set alerts to your phone. I just wanted to go over how to do this on Kucoin. If you're on Binance in a different country besides the US, I don't have any experience actually doing that because they don't allow us in the US to use regular Binance. We have to use Binance.us, and for Binance.us, we can't use leverage because of regulations in the US. Kind of sucks. So I basically only take positions, like short-term positions, on Kucoin unless I know I'm going to be watching them, and then I'll use sometimes Coinbase or Binance. But this is really where I'm taking the majority of the trades that I'm looking to take. So just wanted to show that process and just add a little bit of clarity so that we can refer back to this. And that's going to, so that we can refer back to this, and so that will help you out. And so that we can refer back to this and just help you guys out with this.